Take 437. Actually, it's take 2, but the perfectionist part of me that I grew up with wants to do this right for some reason, as if I can share what's going on with me in a wrong way. Hello, friends, Romans, countrymen, enemies, frenemies. I don't really have any enemies. It's Ben Lehman. Hey, everyone. Hey, it's Bobcat. It's Zoom. It's Benito. It's all these different names I've had over the years. I've been wanting for a long time now to kind of give everybody out there an update of what I've been experiencing. So I left Colorado on the 18th of January, 10 days before my birthday, and I have not gotten back yet, as many of you may have noticed or just sort of in passing realized, wow, that person that used to be around is not around anymore. I wanted to write something. I majored in English years and years ago at Georgetown, and I have quite a way with words, but since pictures are worth 1,000 words and a video is just like thousands of pictures, I figured this would be the most efficient way to get the most information in a small amount of time. Right, so I initially came down to South America because I had the opportunity to work with a dear friend of mine, Weston Boyles, and his nonprofit, Rios to Rivers. They create and provide educational, conservation-based adventure exchanges between youth from different watersheds around the world who are either living somewhere where hydro projects, dam projects have caused environmental and social catastrophes or degradation or problems. And they connect those with kids who live in areas where there are plans or currently construction plans of mega dams, dams that will block up free rivers. So it's an amazing experience. I've done it with them in Colorado. Scratch that. The Colorado River in the Grand Canyon in 2013, and the beautiful Klamath River that runs in Oregon and Northern California all the way to the coast in 2017, and the beautiful opportunity earlier this year in 2020 was to run the Rio Santa Cruz, which is one of the last flowing, if not the last, free-flowing rivers that connects the glaciers and glacial meltwaters of southern Patagonia all the way to the ocean. So a group of us kayaked 200 miles along this incredible river through the Patagonian steppe, made a lot of friends. If you've been following along Facebook and Instagram, you probably saw some of that. In any case, finished with that, had some fun, traveled over to Chile and explored a little bit of Patagonia, had some downtime, some chill time, and then was very excited to fly up to Ecuador. I served as a Peace Corps volunteer here 2006 to 2008, so haven't been in this country in 12 years, and now it appears I live here, at least for the time being, because this global plot twist has erased everybody's sense of what the next bit of future was going to look like, and we're all experiencing what we're experiencing. When I was serving as a Peace Corps volunteer, I lived in a town called Zaruma, and when I first saw the place, it's in the southern part of Ecuador, up in the folds of the Andes, 4,500 feet up or something. They have amazing coffee. The whole place is on a hillside. It was a gold mining area and they've been hunting for gold there since before the Inca showed up. Inca mined gold, then the Spanish showed up not even a century later, and they've been mining gold for like 4 centuries. The place was founded in 1549. And when I first saw the place, I thought, whoa, I could live here. Wow, this is amazing. Well, I haven't even made it there yet because of lockdown. So made it to Ecuador, landed in Quito, one of the beautiful high altitude capital cities. Met with my old counterpart, Melba. She's my adopted Ecuadorian mother. Tears, beautiful experience. Stayed with her for a few days. And from there, went down to a place called Baños, which is at the base of a volcano that's very active. And it's known for its hot water springs. And there is where I think I contracted what I suspect was coronavirus from an 18-year-old kid from the Netherlands who was sick. And I was put in a hostel with him and two other younger people, young Americans who live in Cuenca, where I happen to be. And yeah, well, they put us in there with some sick kid. And after that, went down to the jungle, just hung out with my friend Jungle Dave, who was a former Peace Corps volunteer who just stayed in Ecuador and never left. Hero of mine, really. His motto is "Get her done," and I think all of us are faced with that challenge of what are we supposed to do? But we're gonna get it done. We just don't know what we're supposed to do right now. After hanging out in the jungle with Jungle Dave, I came up here to Cuenca and visited with a Peace Corps volunteer, an active Peace Corps volunteer that I'd met when I was visiting the office again in Quito, and stayed with her for a few days after hanging out at a beautiful hostel, meeting some musicians, eating great food. My old favorite restaurant, this Colombian restaurant, still open after 12 years later, and everything was going well. And then, as you all understand, the news hit. So all of a sudden, I'm like, I'll take care of your plants for you. I could really use a place to stay. I was sick. I had 102 fever, developed a cough, extreme, all the symptoms you're reading about. Extreme fatigue, muscle ache, shivers, chills, felt like the flu. But I pretty much never get sick anymore, and so anyway, that's neither here nor there. She and every other Peace Corps volunteer in the world, more than 7,000 of them, were all evacuated. And it was on the Ides of March, March 15th, that they all, here at least in Ecuador, were told, gather your stuff, meet at your emergency consolidation points. We're picking you up in a van, we're flying you home. So Meg, I don't know if you'll ever see this, I don't know if you're on Facebook, but taking good care of your plants. I've had a lot of great experiences so far. In this isolation, connecting with people that normally wouldn't have time to connect with. And yeah, it's what I'm here doing with you guys, is just catching up with people I love. Obviously, Paonia and the North Fork Valley and the western slope of Colorado are my home, and it's just an incredible spot. We're all very fortunate to live there, but I'm here now, and I don't know when I'll be able to take a flight back. Part of me is thinking maybe it's time to follow my lifelong dream of sailing around the world. So if I can make it to the coast, meet somebody who's got a yacht, do you know anyone? Hit me up. Maybe stop off at the Galapagos since we're close, and then go around the world and then come back. I don't know how long that would take, but part of me is like playing with the fantasy. When else are we gonna get the chance to do this? So follow your dreams, kids. In the meantime, I'm in an apartment. I have left this apartment maybe twice since the lockdown started on the 16th, the 17th. It all happened very fast. But I want to show you around because I'm in a safe spot. I'm really happy to be here, and we can do a little bit of quarantine cribs with a QRIBS if you want. Right, so I'm living in Cuenca in Ecuador in South America, and it is a former Incan capital. Beautiful colonial architecture, which is not too far from here. There's some really old buildings right there, but some of this is a lot more modern. Anyway, this is the zombie zone, the dead zone, the post-apocalyptic Mad Max wasteland that we are not allowed to hang out in too long, so I'm out of here. This is how I get to my apartment. Can't believe he's out here without a mask. We're all gonna die. It's kind of cool in here. It's like a little hidden world. You really gotta know where you're going to get up here. Hang my laundry in here. Bienvenidos. Watch out for the scorpion. Right, so Cuenca is about 8,400 feet up in the Andes, and it's got this beautiful colonial center with this amazing park. And I'm just a few blocks from the park. I live here. This is the Tomebamba River. It is gorgeous. It's lined with greenery and trees, and when things are not in the apocalypse mood, there are plenty of people on a sunny day. They're out there washing their clothes and drying their clothes in the sun. It's really beautiful. So at Cuenca, here's Ecuador, Mapa Turística. It's in the southern part, so here's Cuenca, right about there. If you go this way, Guayaquil's down here. This is where people's bodies are being dumped in the streets. You might have read about that. It's kind of wild. By the way, here's where Ecuador is in the planet. I know, geography lesson, you didn't even know. So Quito's up here, this is the capital, and then from there I went down past volcanoes. Baños is up here, hung out in the Oriente, which is the upper part of the Amazon basin rivershed. So water here all flows to the east and eventually will end up in the Amazon River, which some would argue is longer than the Nile, but I won't get into the politics of that. Yeah, so this is my kitchen window. We were just down here, and from up here we got beautiful tile roofs. I can observe the mating rituals of the pigeons, watch the sunset. Man, a lot of people are out. A lot of people are out because the curfew starts at 2 o'clock. Here's the kitchen. Made some art here. Got this beautiful, whatever. Can't believe I'm showing you this. Cafe Du Monde, got to represent where I'm from. Got a good fridge here. And I told you about Zaruma. Got some really good Zaruma coffee here. This is keeping me somewhat sane. So this place used to be lived in by Meg, and before that there were at least 2 other volunteers who lived here, but yeah, it's a pretty good spot. So I know it may not look super clean, but I hope none of you are naive enough to think that I keep it this relatively spotless. Here's a little desk where I do my desk stuff. My only friends in here are, this is Carlos. He's 45 years old. This is his daughter, Bruna, who is 15, and she knows a lot more than he does. I don't have a name for the guinea pig, but they're delicious, and if I can find one as a pet, I might eat it. There's, of course, the necessities. Oh, man. In this same room, I've got kind of a little altar for lighting candles and watching the jewels reflect. And then, of course, during the right time of day or night, this is my dance hall. So I got disco stuff. We're looking over there at the kitchen. Spend a lot of my time in this room. Got a nice bookshelf. There's some of my food supply. Spot where I meditate and stare. Oh, Jesus. Not only at the mirror, which helps do yoga in here, but, you know, some people have Dalai Lama, some people have Neem Karoli Baba. I don't know. I got a little Star Wars action. If I'm chatting with you online, I'm probably doing it with my tablet over here. And I got plants and kind of a nice view out of this window. We've got our insanity countdown here. What have I been here for? More than 20 days at this point without anybody else in the apartment, except for one time where I invited a friend over and made lunch. Don't tell anybody. Oh man, I've got angel numbers all the time. It happens to be 1111 right as I'm showing you this. Oh man, look at this. You guys, I can almost see you there. I can almost see you. Oh. He's got the whole world in his hands. Hope everyone's doing great down there. Continuing with the tour. Yeah, man, you're so good. This is where I first showed up. This is like the guest room and office. This is where I was staying when I was sick. Meg would do her stuff in here. And yeah, the very first day that I was here all by myself, I picked up a newspaper just to... El coronavirus golpe al máximo al turismo. Clearly we've got magazines that show us what is important in life. Right. If I run out of books on the other bookshelf, I got that. Stacks and stacks of DVDs. I ain't got no DVD player, y'all. So there we go. Toilet paper, got my stash. So here's where I sleep. Again, don't assume that this is always as clean as it looks. Some clothes, didn't bring a whole lot. My spare water stash, that is not beer. I do not drink alcohol anymore. And yeah, the last bit here is the bathroom. I'm not going to show you all the bathroom, but I will show you one interesting little thing if you've never been to Latin America. I can check people out while I'm taking a shower. It's kind of cool. This is a suicide shower. Is anyone familiar with this thing? Water, cold water, comes right in the pipe, and you've got live electricity going right to the shower head, which operates heating elements right inside. So it's like super on demand. And I figured out that Meg had it set on the low setting. I don't think she was aware there was a high setting. So I got it fixed, and now it's almost too hot to use. It's perfect. At least some of every day, I'm probably looking at the world like this. The kitchen features a hammock, which is awesome, and allows me to read books like this, which I found in the library, In Praise of Slowness, Challenging the Cult of Speed. Well, that's pretty apropos at this point. I've been feeling a little bit of an identity challenge, right? I'm a professional photographer, and I am, and I appreciate all my clients who value what I do. I love working with you. I love creating art that is useful and beautiful and compelling. I have thousands of photographs from earlier in this trip with my professional camera, which you might have seen was on top of the refrigerator over there. More Yoda. I don't know, man. I'm a Star Wars nerd. Tony Soto will agree and understand. Yeah, but I don't have a laptop with me here, so I have no way to do any professional editing on my high-resolution professional camera images. So what does a photographer do if you can't do the kind of work you're normally used to doing? I've been shooting with my phone, and you know, you can see this video is not even in focus because I replaced the screen on my camera a while back. Yeah, because I had the broken glass, which is broken again, by the way, replaced on the front of the phone, and it won't focus now. The selfie cam won't focus. I don't know if you guys are experiencing that sense of, you know, we are what we do. Well, is that even true anymore, right? So many of us are getting that opportunity to slow down and have that break in life that you can just hit the pause button and all the world stops and you can catch up on everything you wanted to do. You're realizing that you know, that the deep clean that you have been wanting to do for years in your house, but that you didn't have time for. You're realizing that the fact you didn't have time was not the reason it was getting was not being cleaned. So yeah, we're all going through this together. Right, so there's so much more I could talk about. I love all you guys. I hope we're all doing well. We're in a really interesting crisis, and I'm very far away, 3,400 miles from home. Connect with me. Yeah, that's the thing that makes us all go round, connection. So I'll sign off. My phone's storage is completely full. Try to edit this together and send it out. Hit me up on Facebook, on whatever, Instagram. Love you. Bye. Infinite love.